So I can't be the only one tired of Dragoon in every single Cyber Dragon deck. What's going on with your big dog? And it is an amazing Thursday? All right, yeah, it's Thursday. I hope you are having an amazing Thursday. And if you aren't, don't let nobody ruin it, big dog. You on an up and up right now. Speaking on up and up, Cyber Dragon actually got new support in the Cyber Style Structure deck. Now, I went over the entire list for the Cyber Style Structure deck and tried to find the support really hard here. I think that all Cyber Dragon enthusiasts can agree that when it comes to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh!, this Cyber Style Structure deck, just like the last few structure decks, they ain't it. But fortunately enough, I've been cooking in the kitchen, and by cooking in the kitchen, we've been making a Cyber Dragon deck that's going to be a lot different and still does use a card from the Cyber Style Structure deck. That's right, while the Structure deck was fairly disappointing, there is one cool combo that changes the entirety of Cyber Dragon. I also want to give a mad shout out to the Cyber Dragon community, as well as my Twitch. We found a way to not play Red Eyes Dark Dragoon in Cyber Dragons. I swear, if I see Red Eyes Dark Dragoon in Cyber Dragons again, I am going to flip. I do think that this build has its benefits as well as some really cool combos, so let's jump on in and show you exactly what I'm talking about. So before I get into this profile, there are a couple of things I want to address with you. The first thing is that the Cyber Dragon community is amazing. Most of these aren't even my idea. This is literally the Cyber Dragon community and my Twitch community coming together to help me make a Cyber Dragon deck without the use of Red Eyes Dark Dragoon. And of course, if you guys want to see more TheCaliEffect content, then go ahead and follow me on Twitch. It's not PG Cali, it's a different Cali. We get to chill, we get to play decks, we get to have so much fun. Another thing I want to point out is that if you like the gorgeous mat that you're seeing, I actually get it from infinitygamingtcg.com. It is a Cyber Dragon Raging Roar on the Ancient Gear mats, and I'm telling you, the longer I look at this mat, the more awesome it is. We don't have a lot in stock, so I'd hurry up and pick these up before it is too late. So I'm gonna go ahead and breeze through this deck and show you why we play certain cards, and then of course we're gonna move on to the combo portion of the videos. But starting off, there's gonna be 3 copies of Cyber Dragon, 3 copies of Cyber Dragon Core, 3 copies of Cyber Dragon Herz, and 1 copy of Cyber Dragon Nachster. This is extremely standard for just about any Cyber Dragon build, and the number of Cyber Dragons you play depends on if you're playing Machine Dupe or not. I'm playing 3, so obviously Machine Dupe is a card. Another reason why I wanted to point out is that I felt that playing multiple Cyber Dragons was so strong, not only because of Machine Dupe, because Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess is one of the most powerful cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! And this card simply just solves it. There are a lot of link monsters that get summoned in the extra monster zone that are immediately solved just by summoning Cyber Dragon, and that's why I thought that playing 3 was the most optimal. Moving forward, the cards to search our Cyber Dragon cards is 3 copies of Cyber Emergency and 2 copies of Cyber Repair Plant. So I've been on Cyber Repair Plant at 2 for a very long time, and the reason is because it adds not only your other piece that you need. This is a deck that struggles with getting its pieces from time to time. This also allows you to get light machine monsters from your deck to your hand, and that is crucial for this deck's plays. A lot of times Infinity set 4 pass is the move for this deck. It's the wave, because those set 4 and protecting those set 4 is the most important thing, because your opponent just won't be able to win the game. From there, we play 3 copies of Machine Duplication, mainly because it's just a free Yu-Gi-Oh card to play inside of this deck. There are 7 targets to be able to Machine Dupe to summon your Cyber Dragons to the side of the field and then pop off with some plays. Now, instead of Overload Fusion, I actually play 1 copy of Cyberload Fusion, and this actually came to my surprise. I was playing Overload Fusion, Cyberload Fusion, and of course we were incorporating the new Cyberdark monster, so I was playing Power Bond, and then I started to realize that Overload Fusion came up less and less, but this card came up more and more. There are so many ways to banish Cyber Dragon monsters in your graveyard. Making Overload Fusion live, seeing that this is a fusion-based deck, is fairly easy. Moving on, if you guys did buy your Cyberdark structure decks, no worries. Infinite Impermanences and these cards are still pretty important for Cyber Dragons, but everything else is... let's not talk about it. 1 copy of Cyberdark Chimera, 1 copy of Cyberdark World, and 1 Power Bond. I was running a bigger Cyberdark engine to be able to do all these cool things, but the thing that I realized about the Cyberdark monsters is that they're dark monsters, the machined dark monsters. They require your normal summon, which means that you have to get the Cyberdark World, and the best way to do it, to play that full-fledged engine, is to get 5 Cyberdark monsters into your graveyard, which means that you have to play more of these cards that you don't want in your hand. With that being said, I decided to go just with this because Cyberdark Chimera is an amazing card to help you going second and just OTK your opponent. And Power Bond is, oh man, there's so many combos with Power Bond, as well as Cyberdark World giving you an additional normal summon and being a cyber card that could be searched off of Cyber Dragon Core. But that is it for the Cyberdark engine. Moving forward, our standard extenders are two copies of Galaxy Soldier, and Jizukiru is a card that you guys could drop, seeing that is the deck that 9 times out of 10, if I win the dice roll, I'm going to elect to go first. And Jizukiru is just a brick into your hand unless you are going second. But obviously, you don't always win the die roll, so, you know, that's why I'm playing Jizukiru. The card that I am playing that some players may not be hip to, if you're a Cyber Dragon player, this is nothing new to you. But if you are new to Cyber Dragons, this might be a good card. Stardust Synchron is an amazing Yu-Gi-Oh card out of Donna Majesties that actually gives this deck synchro capabilities. Seeing that it is a light machine monster, it can be sent to the graveyard off of a few cards like Galaxy Soldier or your Chimeratech Rampage Dragon. This card is actually really, really good. But that's it for the main board. I don't think that there's anything way too expensive. Most of the stuff already got reprinted again. Moving on to our power cards, I actually dislike Pot of Prosperity inside of this deck, mainly because like it just doesn't feel good banishing your extra deck, especially since this deck is a little bit more reliant on the extra deck. Of course, we do have our standard targets, and I'll be able to go over that, but it's a love-hate relationship with this card because it does get you what you need, and I do acknowledge that Cyber Dragon is a little inconsistent. One call by the grave, and then in lieu of hand traps, I actually decided to play something else different. I felt that being able to address boards was a little bit stronger in Cyber Dragon, so 3 copies of Forbidden Chalice and my 3 copies of my other hand trap, Infinite Impermanence. Now, the other cards that I'm about to show you, you guys can mix and max for hand traps if you so please, but I'll explain to you why I play them. I actually played 3 copies of Rivalry of the Warlords in here, and my boy Jesse actually put me onto this. I started to realize that in this format that a lot of decks lose to Rivalry of the Warlords, and Cyber Dragon literally plays pure machine cards. So Rivalry of the Warlords, if you're going first, if you set this up with a Cyber Dragon Infinity, you're probably not going to lose the game. Not only can you not be Lightning Storm or Twin Twisters, your opponent literally cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! This card will win games, and it's a card that you could side out for hand traps if you were playing a more going second oriented deck. And then Solemn Strike was the best trap card in the game in Yu-Gi-Oh! In my opinion, mainly because it stops summons and monster effects. It can stop hand traps. It's just so versatile, and it's even good when going second. A lot of people don't understand that just setting Solemn Strike and your other back row like Infinite Impermanence and Rivalry of the Warlords allows you to play on your opponent's turn, which essentially can keep you into the game. And then lastly is 1 copy of Cybernetic Overflow. This was a card that I decided to try to play at multiples, but just dropped it down to 1 for space. Moving forward, we're going to blaze through the extra deck. Cyber Dragon Infinity and Cyber Dragon Nova, these are cards that you should already see playing. Divine Arsenal AA-ZEUS can be made on top of these cards and send cards to the graveyard. You should already know about that. Constellar Pleiades and Chronomoly Vimana. I feel that one of these is mandatory, which will be the Vimana, and the Pleiades is optional if you decide to play it. 2 copies of Chimeratech Rampage, since we have so many ways to fuse into this card. This card is really, really good in here. It's also a combo piece too. 1 copy of Fortress, 2 copies of Mega Fleet, 1 copy of Seeger, and then finishing up, we're going to go 1 copy of Lina and 1 copy of Solomon Great on Mirage. Now, if you are great at counting, you'll notice that this is 14 cards for the extra deck, and I'll even be able to show you some additional options, or 13 cards. The first thing is that we do play Virtual Roll QB Shinshin. This is almost mandatory in the deck that you are playing your Stardust Charge or your Stardust Synchron. Your boards will consist of Infinity Shinshin with some back row, and that's pretty cool. So I always thought that this was a great card to have, and now that this is one of the decks that can summon Shinshin and ruin your opponent's day, it's a really powerful card. Next, some cards that you could play is Palumo, the Deep Drop in Deleter. This card helps you make things 5 when you get in a tough spot and is a Pot of Extravagance target. You could just straight up play Stardust Dragon, which was something that I really decided on playing. Another reason why I wanted to play Stardust Dragon is because this can search a Stardust card, and if you are playing back row, you can search Starlight Road. Because this deck does struggle with Lightning Storm and Herpes Feather Duster, this card on your way to making Shinshin can search Starlight Road, which will protect your back row and summon Stardust Dragon to your side of the field. I thought that was really, really cool, but it's definitely something regulated to the side deck since not a lot of people main board Herpes Feather Duster and Lightning Storm. The Gaia Charger is to make your Zeus. Warlord Dragon can be made. You make it with 1 negate, so that's why I didn't really favor it. Draco Berserker Atenye, and of course Stardust Spark Dragon. This card is actually a lot better than what people think. But that's it for your options for your 15th card. If I were to pick a 15 card, it would be either Puzzle Drop, Stardust, or Gaia Charger. So I'm gonna leave that up to you. But let me show you these sick combos. So what makes this deck so cool is that its base combos are the exact same as any other base combo. It just does things a little bit different. I'm gonna take Machine Duplication in Cyberdragon Core and show you exactly what I'm talking about. You're gonna start off by normal summoning Cyberdragon Core using its effect to add Cyber Repair Plant, and then you're going to activate Machine Duplication, targeting Cyberdragon Core to special summon 2 copies of Cyberdragon to your side of the field. From here, you're going to use both Cyberdragons for an Exceed summon into your Cyberdragon Nova, and then you're going to link off your Cyberdragon Core to get a Cyberdragon monster in your graveyard into your Solomon Great All Mirage. Use the effect of Cyberdragon Nova, detaching the Cyberdragon to special summon the Cyberdragon to your side of the field, and then use Cyberdragon Nova into your Cyberdragon Infinity. From here, since we have a Cyberdragon monster in the graveyard, we can activate Repair Plant to add Stardust Synchron, and then we can tribute off the Solomon Great All Mirage to special summon Stardust Synchron. If you are playing a Stardust card in this text, you can go ahead and add it. Starlight Road would be really cool, as we would potentially have 3 back row cards to be able to play with. And then you would synchro both of these monsters off into your last piece, which will be Virtual World QB Shinshin. Now, there is a conflict of interest if you have Rivalry of the Warlords inside of your deck and you set and you activate it. Obviously, because you have a machine monster and a psychic monster, this isn't really too much of a problem in my opinion, mainly because when you get to the time of activating Rivalry of the Warlords, this has probably already done its job, so you can just send it to the graveyard. And on top of that, if you do get rid of Rivalry of the Warlords with a card like your Chimeratech Mega Fleet, you can still banish monsters like Cyberdragon and All Mirage, which fuels your what was that card? Your spell card. It fuses your Cyberload Fusion to be able to fusion summon, as well as get Shinshin back to your side of the field. That's why I didn't think that it was much of a problem. But imagine a board like this, where you can search a Starlight Road and have these 3 cards face down, a Cyberdragon Infinity and a Virtual World QB Shinshin. Now, some of y'all cats may not know about the going second OTK that this deck can provide. Basically, what it's going to be is Cyberdragon Core and a spell or trap card in your hand. It does not matter the spell or trap card. You're going to need it, though. What you're going to do is first start off by normal summoning Cyberdragon Core to add Cyberdark World, and then activate your Cyberdark World to add Cyberdark Chimera. What you will do is activate Cyberdark World to give you an additional normal summon of your Chimera, and that Chimera to pitch a card from your hand to the graveyard to be able to add from your deck to your hand that Power Bond. Now, for the duration of this turn, or with this one time that you fuse, you can use monsters in your graveyard, which is perfect. We're going to fuse or link off both our Cyberdark Chimera and our Cyberdragon Core. We're going to link them both into Cyberdragon Seeker, and then we're going to activate Power Bond to be able to banish the Cyberdragon Core and the Cyberdragon Seeker to be able to fusion summon into a 4200 attack Cyberdragon Rampage Dragon. The cool thing about this is that Cyberdragon Rampage Dragon can destroy 2 spell and trap cards, and now also it can send cards to your graveyard. We can send monsters like Stardust Synchron, but if we want a follow-up play just in case, we can send Cyberdragon Core and also Cyberdragon Herz, which will proc the effect of Cyberdragon Herz to add Core into our hand. So with 2 cards, we got a 4200 attack Rampage Dragon that can attack 3 times. We also have a Cyberdragon Core or whatever other card that we need back into our hand, but this combo actually does get a little bit better depending on if we have another Cyberdragon monster in our hand. So just in case you thought that combo was only good for going second, it actually is not bad at all. It's actually a pretty decent going first combo, provided that you have any Cyberdragon monster in your hand. I'm going to show you how it could be used for going first. Normal summon Cyberdragon Core, add Cyberdragon Dark World to be able to add the Chimeratech, and then normal summon your Chimeratech with the Cyberdark World, discarding your spell card to add your Power Bond. Looks extremely simple, the exact same way we've been doing it. From here, you can actually go ahead and activate your Power Bond, fusing both your Cyberdragon Core and your Cyberdragon, and since they weren't in the graveyard, you don't have to banish them, into your Chimeratech Rampage Dragon. Use the effect of your Chimeratech Rampage Dragon to be able to send Cyberdragon Herz and Stardust Synchron from your deck to your graveyard, triggering the effect of your Herz to add Cyberdragon Core from your graveyard to your hand. Now from here, you have 2 options. You can either tribute the Chimeratech to be able to special summon the Stardust Synchron, and then synchro both of these monsters into your Virtual QB Shinshin. That is pretty cool, being able to make a Shinshin and still having your core back in your hand for follow-up. Or you can go ahead and do the alternative route that we were talking about. You can actually tribute the Rampage to be able to special summon the Stardust Synchron, and then synchro with both of these monsters into your Synchro 8 of choice. Possibly you were trying to go into Stardust Dragon or Tenye, or possibly even the Stardust Spark Dragon. It's going to be whatever you decide to make it. But unfortunately, it can't be in that Borolo Dragon, and that's the reason why I dropped it, because this time we did not have a Link monster. I mean, coincidentally, you could have made the Link monster, but it wasn't really worth it. Now, I bet you're wondering, what exactly is the height of this deck? What is the max board it can make? Well, I'm actually going to be able to solve your question. This particular combo is going to require a lot of cards in hand. It's going to require either Cyber Repair Plant or Cyber Emergency, Galaxy Soldier, or the other card, or in Machine Duplication. But this board is actually going to be so amazing that your opponent just might scoop to it. I'm going to use these 4 cards just so I can get you into it. I'm going to start off by normal summoning Cyber Core and then using Core's effect to add the other card. And then I'll be able to use the Cyber Emergency to be able to add from my decks to my hand Cyber Dragon Herz. From here, I will pitch Cyber Dragon Herz to be able to special summon Galaxy Soldier, using both of their effects to add Cyber Dragon and another Galaxy Soldier from my deck to my hand. I will then pitch Galaxy Soldier number 2 to special summon Galaxy Soldier number 1 back to my side of the field, and then, pitch Cyber Dragon to you guys know what I'm saying. I'll then be able to use both Galaxy Soldiers for an Exceed summon into Cyber Dragon Nova, detaching 1 material to be able to special summon Cyber Dragon back to my side of the field. Now here's where it starts to get really messy, is now I'm going to go ahead and make that Cyber Dragon Infinity, and then I'm going to follow up with Machine Duplication. Machine Duplication would special summon 2 more Cyber Dragon monsters to my side of the field, and immediately I would use both of these monsters for an Exceed summon. My Exceed monster of choice is going to be the Chronomoly Vimana. From here, I'll also be able to use the effect of Cyber Repair Plant. Because I do control Cyber Dragon monsters in my graveyard, I can add Stardust Synchron, tributing the Cyber Dragon Core to special summon the Stardust Synchron, add that Stardust card if you want to, and then we will synchro summon for our last monster into Virtual QB Shinshin. So this is actually something that I've been trying to make work. I've also been trying to make a Crystal Wing combo work in here. It hasn't been with much success, but this is what I thought that would be really cool to show Cyber Dragon enthusiasts, that you don't need Red Eyes Dark Dragoon to be able to make some really cool boards with Cyber Dragon. Well, that is all that I have for the Cyber Dragon deck profile. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then go ahead and let me know what you would like to see about Cyber Dragon in the future. It is one of my favorite decks of all time, so we're always looking for a new way to play it. Also, if you want to see more amazing content, go ahead and check out these videos, as I'll catch you on the next one.